name is Effiong. Now, we often talk about the cross-pollination between Nollywood, Hollywood, mainstream music, Afro beats. We see this happen through various sectors. And for a lot of individuals, this is more than just a conversation. This is more than just talk. They're actually taking into action various ways to see how we can expand our own very industry, Nollywood. Now, Toyosi Effiong is, of course, a dynamic media entrepreneur, has a strong passion for showcasing African stories to a global audience. And now she joins me from our Lagos studio as we talk about just how she intends to do this, strategic planning, implementation. Toyosi, it's great to have you. Do I say back on Arise, or, I mean, this is your first time with me on Arise 360, right?
Yes, it is, and it's so great to talk to you, Kachi. I wish I was seeing you
face
to face, but we're not, and it's fine. But it's great to be back at Arise. I had like a full circle moment just walking in here and seeing some familiar faces. So it's great to be here talking to you.
Oh, you look so beautiful. Don't worry. Whenever I see you outside, don't be freaked out. I'll just hug you. Like, I wouldn't even say how, I'll just hug you. Like, I owe you a hug. Okay. But let's get into this conversation.
That's fine.
It's interesting that, you know, you're doing this. Just a couple of weeks ago, Essence Hollywood House, Osasigo Daro, Sam Adegoke, it was a very, very familiar conversation to the one we're about to have now, just pushing that African story out there. And it's interesting that you're doing this with the same brand Essence. So walk me through what this entire process is all about, that Good Media, which is, of course, your company, is trying to do.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you again. Essence is such a wholesome brand. You know, it's a brand that I have loved for a long time. My first time at Essence Festival was in 2015, I want to say. I went to New Orleans for the festival. And guess who was there, Kachi? You can't even imagine. The keynote speaker then was Oprah. And so I'm there in the hall, looking at Oprah Winfrey on stage, and I'm just like, is this my future right now? You know, is this my future in front of me? It was such a beautiful experience. It's an experience I walked away feeling like I need other people to have this experience as well. Fast forward to last year, we had the opportunity, my company, That Good Media, had the opportunity to facilitate the screening of a Nollywood film at the Essence Film Festival. So the Essence Film Festival is within the larger Essence Festival. And we screened a movie, Jolly Roger, which Daniel Effiong, name may be familiar, my husband, is in. And there was a Q&A session as well, a panel session. And this year I was just like, you know, we have to do things bigger. There's no point repeating the same thing that we did last year. And so I stepped forward again and I'm like, hey guys, what can we do with Africa? What can we do with Nollywood this year? And they were like, you know what? We're going to have an Africa house for the first time. And I thought, like, listen, that's beautiful. Let's have an Africa house, which is a 3-day event within the Essence Film Festival. But they went a step further and they said, we're going to give you a Nigeria Day. So a Nollywood Day where you screen films, you have panels, you have keynote speeches, you have exhibitions, the whole works. You have the day to yourself to do as you like in presenting Nollywood to the world. And I mean, that's why we're here now.
That's amazing, quite honestly. I feel like, you know, definitely Essence is one brand that has proven to truly and wholly care about Black creatives. Whether, you know, you're in America or you're in Africa, wherever you are, it's a wholesome situation that they're very passionate about. But when we talk about this showcasing, sometimes I get confused because are we not already there? So when we say showcasing these stories, in what sense are we looking at it from? Are we looking at it from the sense that there are stories being showcased, but they're only a very select few? Or there are stories being showcased, but they are not being shown to the right people? Because I do know that to a large extent, Nollywood has a certain footprint in Hollywood. To an extent, I mean, we come out of these events, the Oscars, the Met Gala, and every single time I'm there, there's one Nigerian that you probably would not even have known was to look at Till, the Emmett Till movie. It was put together by a Nigerian woman. So we are there in a way, but in what sense are you talking about this showcasing?
Okay, so you know how you just said when we go to these events, there's one Nigerian. we don't want there to be one Nigerian. We want there to be many creatives from Nigeria, many creatives from the continent, collaborating with creatives on the American continent. You know, when I think of Nollywood, I think of it as Afrobeat's sister. I keep saying that Nollywood and Afrobeats are from the same father and the same mother, and we will not let Nollywood be that child that did not make it. You know, we see what Afrobeats is doing on the planet, on the globe and in the world. We see how Afrobeats has traveled everywhere you go. Someone was in Singapore or something and they were playing Afrobeats in a mall, you know, and this came from us. Now, we have the same, if not even more talent. I'll just say we have great talent in Nollywood. And beyond the talent, we have the crew as well. And we just have people doing amazing things. And I believe that they deserve to be on the world stage as well, on a global pedestal. We're not just going to be Nollywood for Nigeria. No, it is Nollywood to the world. So I'm envisioning a situation where Kunle Remi, you know, is playing the role of maybe Denzel's son in a movie. I mean, I want it to extend from being just head knowledge about Nollywood, where people are like, oh, there's this industry called Nollywood from Nigeria. Oh, they're the second largest. Interesting. To we are actually collaborating with Nollywood. We are actually partnering with players in Nollywood. You know, there are sessions between the writers in Hollywood and Nollywood, training sessions even for the crew, intersections with the talent from both sides. You know, that way we get more recognition, we get more respect, and we get more rewards. I want our talent here to start earning good money for the work that they are doing and for the talent that they possess.
See, I feel like a part of why you understand the struggle is probably because you've seen the back end of how messy this industry can be. You know, because not everybody really understands how tasking it can be to be an actor. We always think it's just glitz and glam, but it isn't. So speaking about the messy part of the industry, I want to put that to you now. Essence did this in 2022. Clearly, they pushed the same story this year with the Essence festival that they put together. But there are those little issues, like the realities of agents, like the realities of actually being selected, like the realities of casting. What are the odds of, I mean, while we're trying to push this, there's a bunch of people trying to also push in their own plugs. So there are all those hurdles we have to jump through, because these conversations would continue to be conversations until we figure out how we can leap past these hurdles. So do you have a plan for that? Like, clearly this is something you're passionate about.
Yes, I am beyond passionate. You know, I like to say that I'm in bed with Nollywood. Yeah, literally and yeah, figuratively and literally. But anyway, away from that. Conversations I had last year. Don't laugh. Let's focus. Conversations I had last year. I did quite a bit of traveling last year, and the feedback I got was they don't know where to connect with Nollywood talent. I spoke to writers from that write for like Netflix and producers and just a bunch of people. And they kept saying they do not know where to find Nollywood talent. So I think that is the first thing that should be tackled. We need a pool where we can say, come to this pool, and then you find the A-listers, the Nollywood A-listers, and then you find the others as well. But you find the talent that you're looking for. That is just one of many solutions to that problem. But yes, I know that agents tend to be selfish because, I mean, people are pushing their talent forward. But if we can even give the international market a place to come to, there's an IMDb. There's Backstage. There are platforms where if you want an actress who has blue eyes and maybe brown hair and pointed ears, you know where to go to. You can put in these things and then it pulls out, it gives you different options. We don't even have a database of talent here. So I think it's time for the industry to be, I want to say less selfish, because a lot of people are looking out for themselves, looking out for their talent, like we said. But we need people who would rise and say, you know what, we are here with a heart for Nollywood, for the industry. Let's give it all it needs to even succeed. And then we can start having other conversations from there.
You know, mistakes have been made in this industry, Toyosi, and I strongly sense that there's a new set of people coming up, and it's just like, I feel it's happening in every industry in Nigeria, in our political industry, in our entertainment industry, where there's a new set of people coming together with a different set of values and morals. And with time, yes, I strongly believe that this ideal of being less selfish and actually just pushing the talent forward. I mean, look at all the veterans. Today you hear this person is dealing with this ailment, yes, or this, and it just goes to show how once upon a time these people made us laugh, and then after being entertained, they're forgotten. And I don't think that's going to be the story anymore as we progress. So what are the next projects that you have moving forward? I'm really hoping to hear you say you're starting yours, Toyosi.
Listen, I'm here. Please reach out to me if you have funding for that. I will gladly put that together. In fact, I'm going to just say it on here. There are business plans prepared already, because it's much needed. That pool of talent is much needed. And so please, yes, open for funding. That Good Media, we're open for funding. But beyond this, of course, Essence. It's in June 29th to July 3rd, Essence Festival this year. And like I said, we have an Africa House and a Nigeria Day. And so talent will be going from Nollywood to New Orleans, where it's taking place. And not just talent, but the filmmakers as well. We've spoken to production companies, we've spoken to studios, and it's open to lovers of Nollywood, you know. And so I say, even beyond Nigeria, it's not Nigerians for Nigeria. It is Nigerians to the world. It is Nollywood to the world. So everyone in North America, everyone around the world, really, who just wants to have a good time, see what's happening, get updates about Nollywood, and find out how to partner with Nollywood, because that's one of the sessions that we're going to be having when we get there, how to partner with Nollywood, and that's directed to the international stage. Please make your way to Essence Festival. Nigeria Day is July 1st. We will be there, God willing, and we'll be there to answer all your questions in terms of partnerships with Nollywood.
Fantastic, Toyosi, well done, and good luck on this project that you've started. Thanks a lot for joining me on Arise 360 today. Well, there you have it, Nollywood, and of course, more partnerships, more involvement on the international scene, which of course, like Toyosi said, would translate to more money for our actors and a better life in general.